Hey guys, it's me with Sam Shepherds, and today we're going to be going over an exciting topic, and that is the 5 top tips I would personally recommend to all dog owners. Now, these are things that I learned in my 4 years of dog ownership and things I personally wish I had known whenever I got this big guy back in 2018. Knowing these things definitely would have saved me a lot of heartache and trial and error that I don't want you to go through. But before we get started, like and subscribe down below, as well as comment video ideas for me. You just might see it in my next video. Tip number 5 is going to start way at the very beginning before you ever even get your puppy. It is that we want to make sure that we're choosing the right breed first and foremost. I've seen way too many people go for the wrong type of dog just because they think it's cute, and although we do want to like the way our dog looks, that isn't really what's most important. Sometimes we see older, more laid-back couples go for the high-energy German short-hair pointers, or someone wanting a companion dog getting something like a husky, which is very independent typically. So we want to make sure that we're looking at our lifestyle, what we want within our breed, whether that's sport, service dog, prospect, working dog, things like that, or companion. We want to make sure that we're looking at breeds that fit that lifestyle to give us the biggest chance of success with our dog long term. Number 4, and my best tip for puppy owners specifically, is to provide structure young. I can't tell you how much easier my second puppy was because I knew this versus with this guy here, I didn't know what the word structure even meant. So structure is providing your dog with expectations early on. For example, if I expect you to eat your food in your kennel for every mealtime, I'm going to start doing that the second and the day you come home. Nothing is more confusing to a dog than mixed expectations. If we are not setting clear expectations for our dog, maybe sometimes we allow them to pull on the leash and other times we're super strict about it, correcting them or whatever, it's going to cause a lot of confusion for them and thus is going to affect our relationship with our dogs. Providing structure early on is also going to make it really easy for your puppy to fall into a routine. If I am feeding them in the kennel at meal times and then taking them out immediately after and then doing playtime and so on and so forth, then it's nap time. Guess what? By a week into your ownership of that puppy, they're going to know exactly what their routine looks like. And in doing that, we are going to reduce any anxiety in our dogs as they grow up. Number 3 is realizing that you, and mostly only you, dictate what scenarios your dog goes into. A lot of people have it very much so ingrained in their head that I gotta socialize my dog, I gotta socialize my dog, and in doing so, rather than taking a step back and saying, is this a good scenario for my dog? You're just doing anything and everything. We want to take a step back and look at quality over quantity. Think about it. If your dog interacts with 100 dogs, and let's say every 10th dog, they did not get along and, maybe a fight ensues or whatever, your dog's going to have it in your head, hey, 1 out of 10 times I might get in a fight, or 1 out of 10 times the dog isn't so nice to me. Just that inconsistency alone can cause behavioral issues. It only takes one attack, one bad scenario for some sensitive dogs to be affected. Now put it in comparison to if you only allow your dog to do 20 interactions and they were great interactions. You made sure that the dogs were friendly, they were, had previous experience playing with puppies and they were great. Your dog is going to have 100% success rate with socializing with those dogs, and you're going to have better outcomes because of that. Okay, tip number 2 is we need to take the necessary precautions to keep our dogs safe, whether that be spaying and neutering to prevent unwanted pregnancy, or microchipping, or making sure that our dog has proper identification at all times. Sometimes having a dog wear a collar all day can become a choking hazard. So in the case if your dog is not wearing a collar consistently like my dogs, we want to make sure that they have a microchip. So if, God forbid, they get out and get away from us, someone will be able to identify them. My number 1 tip for all dog owners is providing daily physical and mental stimulation. A lot of people think that when they get their dogs, they can just take them on a daily walk and that be the end of it. You may be able to get away with doing 1 walk a day for certain breeds, But your dog is going to be way happier and well-rounded if you're able to do mental stimulation as well. That can be things like training, having them sit and stay before you give them their food, just little things that make them use their brains so that you get a well-rounded, happy dog. And that is it. That is my top 5 tips for all dog owners. If you like what you hear, make sure you like down below as well as subscribe. And if you have any tips for future or current dog owners, make sure you comment them down below and we can all just create a nice tip dictionary for dog ownership. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.